Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Shoot Some Shale, powered by D&D Media. Welcome to the first Premiership watch-along of the season. It's the first Premiership action of the season. It's Belle Vue versus the Sheffield Tigers. We've got some news to cover first, but first of all, I'm joined by Dill. How are we doing this evening, sir?
Not too bad, boss. It's good to be back doing this. It's nice to have you back as well. Al was fine last time, but nothing beats the originals, you know what I mean?
Well, you know, you can't have Anton Deck without one or the other.
Yes, you are spot on. Right, news. Do you want to read out what came out today? We'll start off with the name of the team and the AI generated logo.
So, news coming out from Britain's newest club in, Britain, at Northampton, the Northampton Foxes. The logo looks a little bit like Leicester Football Club, not going to lie. And they have announced earlier this morning their starting 7 for 2026, their lineup being Jamie Lidsey, Niels Christian Everson, Nikolai Clint, Matty Zagar, Troy Batchelor, Kai Thompson and Luke Harrison as the rising star. How do you feel about that team?
It's a team that you can tell has been thrust together last minute. Obviously, they came into the league very late. It's nice to see JMO sticking around British Speedway and Matty Zagar as well. They're not up there with some of your Bewleys and your Kurtz as a 105, but or Everson actually as well is the second highest average rider in that team, which shows it's a bit of a tale, but they've got a team together. This season, I feel, is probably a teething season to test the waters, see the crowd numbers and all that, and then if things are looking good, maybe they'll spend a touch more next season on signing a superstar.
Yeah, for sure. It looks an interesting team. Good to see Luke Harrison in there as the rising star, who was probably unfairly not picked when the main rising stars were sorted out earlier in the year.
Yeah.
And he's the only British rider in the team.
Yeah, there has been a lot made about that it's a very foreign-looking team, but if the riders are... I know a few riders turned down the opportunity, a few lower-order riders, they were British, but you can't force a rider to do it, can you? You know what I mean? If they don't want to do it, then they don't want to do it.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%, as some may say.
I wonder who would say that.
Don't know what you're on about, mate.
And somebody we know very well, Mr. Winchester, said that team will have a brilliant home advantage. Now, I've disagreed with him on this for the start of the season, because then they're going to be learning it as much as anybody else, aren't they? There's going to be no home advantage for the first period of the season, at least.
They're going to have no home advantage all year. They're just going to ride it more often than anybody else. Injuries provided.
Yeah, and I'll be interested to see if they make any mid-season changes. Obviously, we saw Niels Christian Everson taking heavy fall already this season, and that they kind of need the experience of those top five, all together with Kai Thompson. Although he's an experienced racer over here, he's not got much Premiership experience, and him and Luke Harrison at reserve, he's potentially a bit of a weaker, weak pairing to start with.
I do think Kai Thompson's a better rider now than what he was when he had that stint at, I want to say, Kings Lynn.
Yeah. And that was, 2023? He got about 4 meetings in that time, which gave him his average of 3.7 or something it is. So
something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah, so I think he's a better rider than 3.7. But I think also it's a decent league for reserves, and there's a lot of pressure on him. Because Luke Harrison had all that experience last season with Kings Lynn as well, but he's relatively green at Premiership level as well.
It's going to be. It's a team very much a bit like Scunny. It's designed to do as good as it can at home, innit?
Yeah, and I'll be interested to see how they go. But the main thing is we've got 6 Premiership teams, and it's not a Championship standard team by any means. Jamin Lidsey, although Jamin Lidsey was awful in Poland today in a sparring match, but in theory that he should be okay. In a league where Tom Brennan's a number one at a team as well, and they're
Yeah.
probably around about the same level.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And we will have Northampton on here at some point, but tonight it's Belle Vue Sheffield. Shall we have a look at the 2 team lineups for this one, my old China?
Oh, go on then.
Do you want to go first? And you can pick which team you want to cover as well. I'll let you.
Oh, I'll go for Sheffield because of blue and yellow like Scunny.
Fair enough.
So Sheffield Tigers then managed by Simon Stead as always line up like this with Jack Alder leading the side again at number 1. Anders Rowe takes his place at number 2. At number 3, Chris Holder. Number 4 is Leon Flynn. Josh Pickering skippers the side at number 5. Joey Etheridge rides at number 6. And the only change to that Sheffield lineup from last year, Luke Killeen becomes their brand new rising star for 2026. Have you got a man to watch and why? Don't it mine.
It's got to be Chris.
Bloody hell.
It's got to be Chris Holder after his performance in the Craven a couple of weeks ago. Going through the card and only being beaten by an outstanding ride from Dan Bewley in the final. But he looked loose. He looked happy. He looked content. He looked settled. It's the first time for a while he's looked like that.
Yeah, for sure. It's one of them ones, innit? But I was also going to go for Chris, to be fair, for the exact same reasons. I don't want to go for Josh Pickering because that just sounds too obvious.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you what, we'll go for Flinty. I think Flinty could score points. It's hard to think of reasons on the spot.
You'd hope he would score points.
Yeah, it's hard to think of reasonings on the spot, but
slightly off topic for a moment for you. There's a funny story for all 4 of our viewers so far. I've just had a message from Andy Dugmore who reckons that one of the media people at Buxton scared one of our riders today. Sammy got Jamie Etherington doing some things for TikTok and he thinks he got scared.
Oh, I've heard some stories about Jamie doing things for social media.
Just goes for it, doesn't
he? He's a little bit camera shy at the minute. Is old Jamie, bless him.
I just thought it was a really funny story to share out. But I'm intrigued. I'm going to ask to see those TikTok things. For the Belle Vue ATPI Aces, they're led at number 1 by the world number 2 Brady Kurtz. Norwich Bladorn returns again for how many seasons is it now? 4?
I
think this is his 4th. So. Yeah. Norwich Bladorn goes at 2. Peter Kilderman goes at 3. Was a bit crap in the Craven, but he was bloody quick over the weekend in the Ben Fund. Zach Cook at number 4, Dan Bewley at 5, Tate Zishki at 6, and William Cairns is the rising star at number 7. Who are you going for a man to watch for the Aces, Palmer?
I'm going for my original man to watch this time, and I've gone for Zach Cook. It would have been easy to have picked your Brady's or your Bewleys, but I've gone for Zach. He's really got to step up this year if Belle Vue to have any success and become that proper solid third heat leader that J-Mo has been for the past couple of seasons. And what a night it could potentially be if he does end up stepping up tonight and making the Aces victorious.
It's a good man to go for. I'm going to go for Peter Kilderman. Bit of a risky one. You never know what you're going to get from him, but he looked fantastic and he looked considerably better over the weekend at the Ben Fun than he did at the Craven a couple of weeks back. He was testing an engine, and if he's got that engine strapped in tonight, it looked like a rocket.
Absolutely.
Alan's in the comments. Evening, fellas. Hope the stream goes well tonight. Thanks, Al.
Thanks, Al. Have we got any score predictions for the evening?
Oh, right.
Let me find my page where I've done my predictions for the week. There it is.
A couple of updates on Speedway updates. The weather is cold and windy but dry, and Brady Kurtz is racing but he's feeling very under the weather. So if Brady Kurtz has a rough meeting, that's why. Referee for tonight is Seth Perkin.
Could someone tell Pico that Sheffield suit looks horrible and just put his scunny one on with a race jacket on top?
Brady looks okay. He's got a bit of colour in him. He don't look like Casper the Ghost, who you swear blind you saw at work today.
Oh, don't. I'm still traumatised.
Poor man. Score predictions. I'm going to go Belle Vue by 8.
So, in our little group's predictions, I've found my sheet that I did all my predictions on. I'm sticking with my guns here. Brady and Dan won't be able to save Belle Vue from Sheffield romping with this. 42-48.
Crikey. What was my prediction in there actually? Yeah, I'm going to stick with that. I went with Belle Vue by 8 in that as well, so I have stuck with that. Even though I couldn't remember what I predicted. If you are in the comments, if you are watching, get in the comments. You know, give us all that good stuff, like what you've done over the winter, what you had for tea, because we're very interested in what you had for tea.
Yes, we are. If anybody's interested, I had salt and pepper chicken with chips and beans tonight.
Very exotic. What did I have? Spaghetti hoops on toast tonight. Something quite basic.
Oh, marvellous.
Yeah, just something a bit different. I'm going to keep an eye on updates to see when the gates come through. We will be...
just done the toy costs.
Oh.
We've just had it done live. Don't know we won it because we have to watch it on mute, but I can tell you we've just had the toy costs.
The toy costs. It's not gone on update yet either. Alan, I had steak, salad and chai, but I assume that means chips.
I'd like to think it does.
I know exactly what you're going to say. The steak sounds lovely, the chip sounds lovely, but salad?
I am an ultimate professional this year, so if Alan chooses to have a salad for his tea, then words will be had after the live stream, because what I would have to say to Alan cannot be put on a public domain.
Oh.
I'm sorry to disappoint.
Belle Vue have won the toss and they're off 2 and 4 in Heat 1. This will be our first chance to... That crowd's sparse. It's like watching a Man City game.
That black bit of foam there, that's where I got told off by the security guard 2 weeks ago.
Oh no.
So, I went up to the Peter Craven a couple of weeks ago, only expecting to go as a supporter, as that's all I am. One of the photographers that was at the meeting ended up meeting me at my hotel. I don't quite know why. And he just got me to walk in the pits with him, as if I was like his supervisor or something.
Nice.
And I didn't get found out in the pits, and then it got to gates opening time, and I'm like, I kind of need to be up in them stands. So I had to ask the clerk of the course, who then took me to that black bit of foam, just like behind the safety fence. Says, get yourself through there and you'll be alright. Security guard comes down and says, you can't come through there, pal. Come round the back and I'll bring you in.
Oh. Breaking news, Anders Rose still doesn't wear his beanie over his ear holes. And Proctor's on the spanners again for Jack Holder.
Anders has had all winter to try and learn.
I've had a couple of food messages. Winchester says he had chicken pasta bake. And Alan says his salad was mushrooms and coleslaw. That's, well, apart from the mushrooms, because they're rank.
motorcycling legend John McGuinness there in attendance, which I believe that's his daughter, but I couldn't tell you. But good to see old Johnny Boy in attendance at a meeting again.
Old Johnny Boy.
Old Johnny Boy.
Yeah, and you've got to be ever the professional this year, and you, Palmer? Turned over a new leaf.
Yes, I have now. I've got my press license, which allows me to be the ultimate professional on the microphone at Scunthorpe this season. So if you're ever down at Scunny, you're very welcome to purchase me a beer from the bar. Only before or after the meeting. I can't have one during the meeting, unfortunately.
And we're back tomorrow night, actually. Here's a good chance to plug our Premiership and Championship Kevlar ranking video, which we just talk a little bit of words about the Kevlars and stuff that have been released by each club.
I'm glad you said that, because that had left the back of my mind.
What an idiot. We'll be back at probably around 6:30 tomorrow. It'll be me and you. Alan sent his in through message. It's just a little bit of fun, something a bit different. And some of the Kevlars this year, spoiler alert, are bloody horrible.
Yes.
Including this Sheffield one.
It's not nice, is it?
That logo's awful. And there's the closest anyone who's watching will get to our preview. But yeah, that Sheffield logo is going to take a bit of a battering tomorrow. As is the Plymouth one.
Yes. And also, guys, don't forget, if you are watching us but you want to watch the actual meeting, it is available at bvtv.live, and it is £14.99. I just thought I'd have to give them a little plug, just in case, because somebody put the Peter Craven meeting on YouTube from the Belle Vue stream. I wanted to watch it, press play, and it was gone because they'd copyrighted it.
Yeah, you were. Yeah, they're on it, and they're spending a good whack on this streaming service, so they're going to want to try and recoup some of that money. It's nice to see. It's been a relatively dry afternoon. There was a bit of rain around this morning, I think, but relatively dry afternoon and evening. Track looks a bit heavy.
That track looks alright.
Interested to see how Cairnsey gets on.
He'll be fine.
There's a lot of hype around Will Cairns, isn't there, for this season?
There is, as there was last season, and he hasn't got his number on his back. But yeah, there was a lot of hype on Will Cairns last season, and there is again this season.
Yeah, it's his first full season, isn't it, this year? First from the outset season, and he's going to sink or swim, isn't he?
I'm going to say, has he put too much pressure on himself already?
I don't think it's him putting the pressure on. I think he's in a position where other people are putting it on him, and he's just kind of shouldering it. We've got 3 people watching at the minute. Hopefully our numbers will creep up as the season goes on. Obviously we're just getting started again for the new season. We had some really good numbers at points last season, so hopefully we'll draw some good numbers again.
Hopefully. Belle Vue boys just out on parade now, and the Sheffield boys just about to join them.
I don't know if we've spoke about this before, but Chase the Ace is absolutely the best mascot in British Speedway, isn't he?
100%.
Winchester said he hopes Jack Holder has a good season. Is that because Jack Holder used to ride for Plymouth, winner?
Knowing Winnie, it'll be something, because Jack Holder's granddad's nan's grandson used to ride for Exeter back in the day.
Yeah. I don't know what to make of these Belle Vue Kevlar. You can see the differences now, but
the back looks a lot better than the front.
Yeah, it does. So I'd go in second place just to see the back more, because the front's crap. We got a minute silence or something coming up here. Everyone's taking their hats off and standing up and stuff. So while they do this, we'll take a minute.
And we are back. We do apologise for that slight delay in our talking to you guys over on the YouTube. These guys had a moment's silence. It sounds horrible, but we don't quite know who for.
We
So,
don't. We just don't know who it was for. We
just,
obviously have to listen on mute, don't we? So
yeah, 100%. First one of the season out of the way. More to come.
yes, is there going to be any slips or whatever the rest of it is? There's a bit
Slip
of a puddle.
strips, falls and mechanical failures.
That's the one. There's a bit of a puddle on the centre screen, so they have had some rain.
That'll be alright.
Referees just testing the tapes. Our first one of the season together in a team event. To be nice to be back.
Does Nikolai Clint's testimonial not count for anything?
No.
Okay, fair enough.
I don't know how you do the comms on all the racing every week. That I was bloody knackered after doing that with Al the other week.
It's not easy, is it?
I like my job more. These boys look cold. They're going for a run up and down the pits. It is really cold for the end of March. This time last year we were in Butlins, man.
We was. I think it was the 31st of March we went.
Yeah, we were going, yeah. Oh, how time flies. And it was lovely and sunny that week as well. I don't know. It
was really nice, wasn't it?
It was lovely. I don't know what they've just popped up on the screen, but the QR code was definitely not BVTV.
Who knows, maybe it was an automated adult channel.
We've got riders getting ready for the opening heat. And again, Belle Vue won the toss and took 2 and 4 in heat 1, so Brady Kurtz will get gate 4 in the opening heat. They all look bloody freezing.
Likes to be.
They've all got coats on.
Even I had my coat on at the Craven. It was bloody Baltic that night.
Was it cold at Redcar the other night?
It was... yeah, I think that Redcar might have been worse, you know.
Oh god. And we've now got riders coming out to tapes. 15 heats of action. There'll be no super heats. If there's a draw, it's only a super heat this season if it's tied after 2 legs or at the end of 2 legs. Good move or not?
I think it's a good move. As much as I quite liked having the drama of having a 16th heat, because you get more for your money that way. If you've done all the hard work to get a draw and then you lose the super heat, you feel as though you've come away with a loss in the meeting, don't you? So having a super heat over 2 legs, it makes more logical sense.
Yeah.
And who'd have thought that and British Speedway would have gone together?
Absolute legend on the spanners for Brady. Again, 2-point Tom, British National League legend.
What a boy. Redcar Bears 2019 legend as well.
We've gone up to 8 viewers, Palmer. And again, if you want to watch the action, over to bvtv.live, $14.99, I think it is. That's right, isn't it?
Yeah.
Premiership's $14.99, Championship's $13.99 this year, isn't it? Heat number 1, going off gate 1 in yellow for Sheffield is Anders Rowe. Gate 2 in blue for Belle Vue is Norwich Bladorn. Gate 3 in white for Sheffield is Jack Holder. And off the outside in red for the Aces, Brady Kurtz.
That it is.
Our viewers are slowly going up now. People just didn't want to listen to us talking for 22 minutes about nonsense. They just wanted to hear the action.
Sounds about right, doesn't it?
Seeing the back of these Kevlars makes me want to change where I've put them in the rankings, because the little bit of grey is quite nice.
I can't remember where they are in my rankings, probably.
We've got up to 15 all of a sudden.
Hello all, welcome to Belle Vue versus Sheffield as the tapes rise on. Heat number 1, it's a decent starter for Norwich Bladorn off gate number 2 in the blue helmet colour, and Brady Kurtz blasts himself round the outside there even though he's not feeling right to take the lead, and it's currently the Belle Vue Aces on a 5-1 advantage. Jack Holder putting Norwich Bladorn under some pressure with Anders Rowe at the rear of the field at the moment. So Bladorn now going a little bit wider, going towards that mid-track run. Brady Kurtz is out there, he's checked out away and gone. But the real battle is between Jack Holder and Norwich Bladorn. Contact there with Holder and Bladorn goes down. and it's going to be interesting to see what our referee Seth Perkins does. We know what we would do, but obviously, due to legal reasons, I can't say what I would do, but I would expect it to be similar to what Mr. Dillon would do.
I don't know. I don't know if there was contact, I think he's just took him by surprise. I don't know if he's cleaned him out. I'd be interested to see a replay, but I don't think you get replays on BVTV. I'm not entirely sure there's contact. You couldn't really see from that back angle of the camera, but I think Jack expects to be out. There was the gap left by Norwich, and he'd made a belter of a gate as well.
It was a brilliant gate, wasn't it? But yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see what Seth does, and
for our referees' rankings, we've already got a decision that we're going to be reacting to. Is it going to be white or is it going to be blue?
Or is it going to be neither because the electrics have gone? Hello, Red Car Speedway.
Put 50 pence in a metre. Brady Kurtz made a blinder of the first couple of corners then as well.
Oh, it was a great move on the outside, wasn't it?
Anders will be happy for a rerun because he made a really bad start. Winchester's creaming his pants because Winchester needs to get a bloody life.
It's still less cringy than what he did on Gladiators TV all them years ago.
I'm not commenting. Not commenting on that.
Well, Jack's took his helmet off.
He has, yeah. I think Jack will be out. I don't know though. I don't know if there was contact. There was definitely a gap left by Norwich. Holder is excluded to the cheers of the crowd, according to updates.
What crowd?
I was going to say there's no sod there. I don't know about that one. I mean, I wish there was replays. I don't think it's as clear cut as but he did dive in from behind, so yeah, he's probably got it right on the balance of things. Norwich's caked in SH1T. And now we've got a bit of a delay while we got a replay. We've got a replay to start. We've got over 2 bloody laps to watch before the drama.
But yeah, as I say, it was a good ride, a good clear couple of corners from Brady, and then here it is.
It's difficult to see if he takes his wheel from the back angle.
We could do with like a front angle, like this angle could be perfect.
Oh yeah, Jack lifts, yeah, it's clear as day.
Yeah.
Jack's caught some grip and lifted. You can't see that from the other angle. Yeah, he's cleaned him, but yeah, it's the right decision.
Yeah, 100%.
But we couldn't.
He's got that one bob on for me.
We couldn't pass because Pico's just shrugged his shoulders and walked off grinning. Oh God.
That's my number one.
Oh Christ. We couldn't really pass comment on the angle we had because it was from behind, so we didn't see Jack's lift.
Yeah, exactly. It's hard to judge when you're watching something from behind, but when you can see it in front, it's a lot easier to call.
And a nice dramatic start to this is the War of the Roses, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, Belle Vue and Sheffield always make their meetings a lot bigger than what they actually are.
No, exaggerate it. I refuse to believe that. Oh, Cairns has found his number.
Oh, that's good. That's pleasing to know.
And it's a good job because you're not allowed to go out onto track without your number on your Kevlars on your bike, are you?
No. No, you're not. So unless Mark's gone into the printers and just printed that on and have just super glued it to his back, I don't know. But at least he's got one on.
we've got 10 people watching at the minute. Shall we talk about our next watch along, Palmer, that we've got coming up? Bloody busy week for us this week.
So, L's and G's, B's and G's.
Microwaves, toasters, and everything else.
We are back. Obviously, we've got the Kevlar ranking video coming tomorrow. And then we're back again on Wednesday. How bloody lucky are you? As we're covering the challenge match at Sandy Lane as the Oxford Cheaters take on a Coventry B Select. I nearly said Belle Vue then. I don't quite know why I was going to say Belle Vue, but I was.
Yeah, it's a Coventry B Select with only 2 riders that have Coventry B's connections, but there we go.
Well, I mean, you could say Luke hasn't got Coventry B's connections, but I'm sure he went to Coventry once. That's good enough these days.
It's been an interesting meeting, that. Looks a good meeting on paper, but it feels like it's designed for Oxford to get an easy win.
Oh, of course it is. If any teams just wanted an easy win, they'd just set a challenge match up against Scunny.
Yeah, well. Talking of Scuddy, we got 2 watch-alongs next week as well. We've definitely got at least one on Monday the 6th, weather depending. There is a Belle Vue versus Leicester meeting at midday, but we probably won't be doing that one. But we are doing Leicester versus Belle Vue on the evening, which is on BSN. And then on the Wednesday we've got Poole and Scunny. And Poole have just had to make a team change, Palmer.
That they have. Obviously, Dan Jokes announcing this morning that he's not quite fit to start the season, which is a shame for Dan. He's a really good lad, and I've got all the time in the world for Dan. But if you're not fit, and you know you're not right, then the best thing to do is sit the start of the season out.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so Dan Jokes is out and he's already been replaced in both of his teams. Joe Thompson moves into the Rising Star berth at Leicester, and Kyle Newman makes a return to Wimborne Road for
And that's a move that has gone down really well. The Poole fans, some of them thought Kyle Newman should never have been let go before, and he's got a chance to put himself in the shop window for maybe the permanent spot. I've got a theory that Dan won't do the season. I think you've got similar thoughts. So he could put himself in that thought process.
Absolutely, and obviously I went up to Redcar for the Redcar versus Newcastle fixture that they do at the start of the year, and yeah, his first couple of rides was a little bit meh because he hadn't ridden for about 20 months.
Yeah,
but he has got the capabilities to be a point scorer and to potentially be a match winner for anybody who signed him. And the Pirates, I believe, has got an absolute gem in Kyle there.
and he's got the experience, and with the reserve pairing they've got, that experience Kyle Newman brings will help him
massively. It's almost better than bringing in a younger foreign rider, which a lot of Poole supporters was potentially expecting in their lineup this season. Sometimes it's better to have somebody a little bit experienced.
Yes. I would suspect the 2 minutes will be on shortly. The refs being extremely lenient with Luke Bladorn. The 2 minutes on now.
There's the 1 minute 20 left.
Oh yeah, Belle Vue TV's got a little clock. You don't get this on other streaming services.
We're looking at you, Scorpius TV. Little cheeky dig.
I don't know what you're talking about. It'd be cool if BSN had a little clock.
Who knows? Maybe they will in the future.
we're on with the rerun of heat number 1 with 53 seconds left on the clock. Anders Rowe goes off gate 1 in yellow, the lone Tiger. Gate 2 in blue, good to see him up and okay. Norwich Bladorn, no rider off gate 3 with Jack Holder disqualified. And Brady Kurtz goes off the outside in red. He'd made an absolute belter of the first couple of turns in the initial staging. In theory, it's going to be easier this time, but Anders Rowe surely doesn't make as bad a start as he did in the initial staging.
Surely not.
Norwick's got half the shale on those kevies. That's going to add a few pounds onto his weight.
Scunny would love to have that much shale. So if he fancies washing his suit at Scunny's trap, by all means. As the tapes rise, then for heat number 1 we go again, and Anders Rowe's made a beautiful start, and it's Brady Kurtz round the outside once again to have that lead as they go down the back straight for the opening race. Then in the opening lap of heat number 1 of Belle Vue versus Sheffield, and it's currently a 4-2 as Anders Rowe is sat there in the second place position, and Norwich Bladorn sat in third place. And to be fair, if anything, the big battle is between Anders and Brady. Norwich's just kind of just chilling there at the back, just watching the race unfold. As we go into lap number 3 now, and Brady's just extending his lead over Anders now. It's pretty strong out as it stands at the current point of time, but obviously there's always one lap then left to go, and one lap left for any slips, trips, falls and mechanical failures. First one out the year of that one as well. Get on! As Brady comes round to take a tapes to flag. New podcast coming soon at some point. Win in heat 1 in a winning time of whatever the clock said up there.
Good effort from Anders there. He was definitely better than he was in the initial stage, and that's for sure. But Brady did what he needed to do. Norwich Bladorn just needed to see it round to take the flag. It's unfortunate what happened in the first staging because he was in second and it was clear, but yeah, good result for Sheffield, I think, all things considered there. The result of heat 1 was a win for the rider in red, Brady Kurtz, in a winning time of 59.356, second in yellow Anders Rowe, and third in blue Norwich Bladorn. 4 points to Belle Vue, 2 to Sheffield after 1 heat.
I've just had a message. Scunthorpe Reserve Ryan Ingram wanted to watch this meeting so we could cheer on his captain.
What a boy.
I mean, he could have just watched our stream instead.
Could have listened to us, yeah, we'll tell him everything he needs to know.
His captain's the GOAT.
That's offensive to goats. Heat number 2 is now coming up to tapes. The Premiership debut Rising Star ride, full time at least, of William Cairns.
That it is.
There's a lot of pressure on Tate's issues on the screen at the moment this year, and a lot of pressure on Tate.
Massive pressure on Tate. He almost feels like he's had his year to get back into things. Now is the time to shine, and he were on the pace at the Peter Craven, albeit outclassed, respectfully.
Yeah.
But he wasn't great in the Ben Fund at Glasgow. It wasn't a shit field, excuse my French there, but it wasn't. But it wasn't quite as classy lineup.
No, you are right. Heat number 2 is at the tapes then, with 45 seconds left on the clock. Tate's Ishq goes off gate 1 in red for Belle Vue, Jai Etheridge gate 2 in white for Sheffield, William Cairns gate 3 in blue, and off the outside in yellow, making his debut for Sheffield, is Luke Killeen, the Rising Star.
Feels weird seeing Luke Killeen not in Oxford kit.
It really does, don't it? We're going to be seeing a lot of Luke Killeen this week, with him racing Wednesday for Oxford as well.
Lovely stuff.
I think a change of scenery was needed for him. I know he's at Oxford in the Championship, but certainly a Premiership change of scenery was needed for Luke.
Oh, 100%. So the 2 minutes have now expired as the start march walks away. The Tates fly away. We go for heat number 2, and Tate-Jiski's got to that first turn first. Luke Killeen now looking to come round the outside there, but he just about gets around the outside there of Jai Etheridge, who's almost shepherding Luke Killeen around for a free as it stands at the moment. Will Cairns is at the back of the field, but this is a massive confidence boosting right here for Tate-Jiski. They're out in front. Jai Etheridge has now gone into second. Will Cairns has packed up at the rear of the field, so it's going to be a free all if things keep on the way they are. But we build him up, big pressure on Tate-Jiski this year, and he's certainly delivering as it stands at the moment. There's 2 Sheffield lads in second and third. They can't really do much because they haven't really got any competition behind them. But Tate-Jiski, absolutely fantastic out in front as it stands at the moment, and he's going to come round to take the checkered flag.
Good ride from Tate, that, to be fair. He nailed the start. Luke Killeen was there early on, but Tate looked quick as well, and that's going to be absolutely pivotal. And if he stays quick on the average he's on, that's a very handy rider to have.
It could turn out to be towards the end of the season. He's on one of them bargain average things that everybody goes on about in the winter time.
Yes. And with all due respect to Tate, he didn't pull up any trees last year, did he? So he started the season well. Hopefully he can carry that on. The result of heat number 2 was won by the rider in red, Tate-Jiski. It doesn't say a winning time.
I think it was a 61.3.
Second in white was Jai Etheridge, and third in yellow Luke Killeen. Points divided 3 apiece, and it's now 7 points to 5. Will Cairns made a bad start, and then I think a chain went. He just stopped on the back straight on the second lap, didn't he? He made a bad gate though.
Literally, yeah, it was a very poor gate from Will's standards, and this is what happens when you go training with a certain 4-time world champion that don't really know anything.
Here he just sort of stops. Yeah, I think a chain or something.
Yeah,
it's just
It's just one of them unfortunate things that happens from time to time.
But that class as one of those mechanical failures. So we've had a trip, a fall and a mechanical failure so far. We just need a slip and a trip.
Well, I'll get a bit of ice down in the pits. I'm sure we'll get one of them.
Tate's been interviewed. Tate reminds me a little bit of Joe Jacobs.
He does he almost looks like if Jason Crump and Joe Jacobs had a love child.
That's a scary thought.
Looks
happy. Looks happy with that one.
It's probably the first time in his Belle Vue career he's earned a little bit of pocket money. Who knows? As we await for heat number 3. I think that's what comes after 2. I hope it is.
Quick maths with Daniel Palmer.
My teachers taught me wrong at school, so I had to relearn it all by myself.
Although you don't know your left and right, do you? When you were talking to me earlier, and we had a logo on a rider's left shoulder, and it turned out it was his right one.
Same thing, innit? Shoulder to shoulder.
It was a 50-50 shot.
When you get a shoulder a lab, it doesn't tell you if it went left or right one, does it?
It's true. It's very true. You can't miss that chill font logo on Leon Flint's bike.
Absolutely not. Anybody wonder who his main sponsor might be this year?
No clue.
Excellent work.
So Gate 1 and Gate 4 have been the places to be so far. So Chris Holder or Peter Kilderman would be favourites for this one. Heat number 3, Gate 1 in white for the Tigers, Chris Holder. Gate 2 in blue is Zach Cook. Gate 3 in yellow, Leon Flint. And off the outside in red is Peter Kilderman. Pressure on Leon Flint this year. He's graduated the Rising Star scheme. Ended the season on an average of somewhere around about 7 points, maybe just over. There's a lot of pressure that comes with that number.
I was going to say, before the averages and everything come out, remember you saying to me, Flinty was on like a 7-something average.
Yeah, he's got the 25% discount for graduating Rising Star, and so it's not that official number, but that was what he achieved last season.
I was just thinking, how the bloody hell is he on a 7-point average? He's just about on that in the championship, is he not?
I actually think his championship average is lower.
That the Starmaster and walks away for heat number 3. Tapes riser. Where we go. Chris Alder's made an absolute beauty, and Leon Flint's got there with him. It's the Sheffield Tigers currently on a 5-1 advantage at the moment as it stands, but he's got Leon Flint's got 2 aces on his tail. Kilderman going wide there. Can he do anything? Not quite. As Cook tries to come up the inside. Not quite work. Kilderman again round the outside. This is glimpses of what Kilderman did at Glasgow. But if anything, Kilderman's now going backwards. And it's the Sheffield Tigers on a comfortable 5-1 as it stands. As we enter the third lap, and Chris Alder out in front, he's showing the class that he showed at the Peter Craven Memorial just 2 weeks ago, and he's absolutely flying there out in front, and Leon Flint is more than holding his own in the second place position as it stands, but Zach Cook's starting to put a little bit of pressure on Leon Flint. We've got 1 lap to go, then the line currently is mid-track, and Flint has just blocked Zach Cook off there beautifully, and if this comes to fruition for the Tigers, this is an absolute beautiful 5-1 for the away team, and I believe the Tigers take the lead on the night.
What a ride from Leon. Made a beautiful gate, rode a really good defensive race. Chris Alder carrying on from where he left off last week as well, and again he looks relaxed, doesn't
He does. He looks like he's having a bit of fun.
he? He does, yeah, he does, and that was a really good ride from Leon as well. The Belle Vue boys missed the start, but Leon, after that they both looked quick. Leon rode a really good line to hold them back, and that does well for my fantasy league team as well, because Leon Flint's my captain in the Premiership.
So both our fantasy captains have had a heat win there.
Yes. The result of heat number 3 was a win for the rider in white, Chris Holder, in a winning time of 60.104. Second in yellow, Leon Flint, and third in blue, Zach Cook. 1 point to the Aces, 5 to the Tigers, and like Palmer said there, Sheffield take the lead, 8 points to 10 on the night. That outside line that Kilderman tried just wasn't working early on, was it?
Absolutely not, and as we can see, the track's still a bit wet, it's still a little bit heavy, and there's only one place you're going if you're going that wide.
But Dan Bewley's out now, and he'll probably make it work.
Yeah, he doesn't like to visit no man's land, does he?
No. Good ride from Leon. All these highlights are going in Leon Flint's private collection. It's a brilliant ride.
Oh, it was stunning, wasn't it? But yeah.
And Belle Vue fans had the fear of Peter Kilderman for this season, and not a good start.
No. Chris Alder looks quite chill and quite happy again.
He does, doesn't he? He looks content with life. I've got that beanie. It's a very nice beanie, but it's not the warmest. We don't know what he's saying, but he looks chilled. He's getting the monster plug in on the TV.
You've got to do what you've got to do to promote your sponsors.
Yes.
Looking at you, Mr. Effrington, doing us a solid earlier. What a boy.
2 minutes are on for feet number 4. Tate Zishki's back out.
Tate's
Comes in to
in
replace William Cairns, yeah. He needs to go back to the pits. He's asked the start marshal to lift the tapes. What's going on with this bike? Is he meant to be in it? What's going on? Oh yeah, there's something
meant to be
wrong.
Cairnsy, but
he's not happy
just
with
ride
something.
round the normal way. Tate, you've got plenty of time, mush.
Yeah, he's wants something doing. There's something wrong in the front wheel. Oh, Spannerman's fell over.
Way.
And all of that. And now the Star Marshal's got to lift them tapes up again now, and he's going to oblige. Whee! And Mark Lemon moving early to replace his rising star. Dan Bewley off gate 4 here, for me, signals only one thing. Heat number 4 going off the inside gate in yellow, Luke Killeen. Gate 2 in blue, reserve change, Tate Zishke. Gate 3 in white is Josh Pickering, the Scunthorpe captain as well. So Palmer's watching this with intrigue. And off the outside in red is Dan Bewley.
Yes, I remember what Josh Pickering was like in Heat 1 on Friday at Redcar.
Yeah, it was a bit crap, weren't it? He got better as the meeting went on, though.
He couldn't get much worse.
That's true, yeah, that's true. Bewley like something near gate 3.
So, Starmarsh walks away for Heat 4. The tapes fly away, and away we go.
Tate's got him!
Tate Ziske at the moment having the lead there as it stands, with Dan Bewley now blasted himself round the outside there of Luke Killeen, with Josh Pickering's probably surprisingly at the back. This sort of track is one that you would expect to suit Josh's needs, but Pico at the minute he's battling with Luke Killeen. He's not able to get anywhere near Tate and Dan, and them two are out front, and they're going to pull off a stunning 5-1 if this keeps up, and it very much looks like it will, because Josh has just about got past Luke Killeen now, but he's got one hell of a battle to get anywhere close to Tate and to Dan, and Dan, to be fair, he's just shepherding Tate home really, really well here, and somebody in our big group chat is going to be very, very happy when they see the result of this. But it's absolutely brilliant ride and a brilliant gate there from Tate Ziske, who makes it 2 out of 2, and we can see why Mark Lemon opted to go with that reserve switch.
Yeah, Tate made another beautiful start, and it's part of the it's giving you such an advantage at the moment if you could gate, and Bewley was with him. Pico and Killeen battled each other, didn't they, on the first lap, and that allowed the Belle Vue boys to get away.
That was literally it.
But Tate Ziske silencing a few people, me included, probably you as well.
Absolutely.
Chase the Ace is buzzing off his nut.
What boy? Big up Chase the Ace.
We need more mascots like Chase in British Speedway. The result of heat number 4 was a win for the rider in blue, Tate Ziske. Quick time as well, 59.761. Second in red, Dan Bewley. And third in white, Josh Pickering. Belle Vue take the lead again with a 5-1, and it's now 13 points to 11 after 4 heats as the tractors come out.
Big up the tractors.
It's not quite a Zamboni, but it'll do, maybe.
Yeah, it's not ice, is it? So yeah, we'll have to be the sexy shale tractor.
And quick look at the gate stats. Gate 1 is the place to be at the moment. Gate 4 has had 1 win with Brady Kurtz, and Gate 2 has had a win with Tate Ziske there, but the other 2 wins have come off the inside gate.
Oh, absolutely.
And just a great ride from Tate. He looks quick, doesn't he? He's got some pace on him.
Yeah, this is a different Tate to what we saw last season. I can't remember what bloody season we're in.
It's 2026, 30th of March.
I could tell you another D&D media rider is in attendance at the National Stadium this evening.
Who's gone down?
Reed Batty.
Oh, has he gone up? Oh yeah, Mark Lemon likes the Aussies, doesn't he?
Well, we D&D media northern photographer James Wilson's gone down, but it probably helps him with having Tate live with him.
Yes.
Well, we've got a moment. We need to have a very important discussion.
Oh Christ!
How many speedway riders are there in a team?
7.
When's Buxton announcing the 7th one?
Well, yeah, they've had their press day today, and then there were 6.
Yes.
And the way it goes on, their season starts soon. I'm sure the second week in April they've got a challenge match against Leicester as well.
Oh, yeah. They've got their opening fours meeting, haven't they?
This Sunday. Yeah, bloody hell. Forgot about that.
And then the week after they're away at Leicester, and then the week after that they're at home to Leicester.
Yes, they're going in with 16 rider team plus rider replacement.
Sorry, I was just getting emotional. Rider replacement's got a full-time team spot. Big up rider replacement. Absolute hero on X.
Sorry, I was just checking the sound. I've moved my microphone over slightly and I was seeing if it could still be heard. It can, unfortunately, for the 8 people that are still sat here listening to us talking brilliant YouTube and Speedway stuff.
Oh, you know how it is.
Well, we've got a moment. If anyone wants to get in the comments, let us know what you're doing. Let us know what you think of the meeting, if you're watching it or if you're just listening to a pair of wallies on the internet talking about it.
That's a bit harsh on yourself, sir. I wouldn't quite call you a wally. You're not on that level yet.
Ah, thanks. Very nice of you to say.
Well, you know.
Jack Alder's back out in this one. Who's he going to wipe out this time?
Probably Kildemand.
oh dear.
Now, Daniel, you can't be saying that. Vatcher's watching you tonight. I don't know if he is or not. Neil Vatcher, if you're watching, good evening, mate. How are you doing? Hope you're having a lovely Monday evening. I hope you missed my presence on your little Zoom call last week.
Don't worry, Palmer, you weren't that special.
Excellent.
You were the most unique one there.
Oh, it was certainly something.
Noah Bladorn looks rough, man. He looks a little bit in a little bit of discomfort.
Yeah, it's one of them things that happens when you have one of them slips, trips, falls, and things like that.
It's cold as well in it, which don't help.
It's not very warm anywhere in the UK, but it's never warm in Manchester.
No, it's true. 2 minutes are on feet. Number 5. This pairing for Belle Vue got 5-1 in their opening heat, and Peter Kilderman finds himself on the best gate this time, going in red off gate number 1. Gate 2 in yellow is Anders Rowe, somewhat a hero in the opening race, securing second place in the rerun. Gate 3 in blue is Zach Cook, and off the outside in white for technically his first race of the meeting after being disqualified from heat 1, Jack Holder. I can't see past Jack Holder in this one.
It's hard to see past Jack, but again, Peter and Zach are like getting a box of chocolates from me at Christmas. You're either going to get a full box or you're going to get nothing in the box.
Yes, if you ever get me a box of chocolates for Christmas and it's empty, I will make your death look like an accident.
I'd already planned it to look like an accident, so don't you worry about that.
Are you doing a Michael Jackson and just going into hiding for the rest of your life?
Well, I try to do that now, but bloody Rob Godfrey gave me a job in public. But don't worry. If I get you a gift, it won't be a box of chocolates, because I won't be able to resist the urge of eating them anyway.
That's alright.
So, heat number 3, the start marshal walks away, the tapes fly up and away we go. And it's a very good start there from Peter Kilderman, who gets that first to first. But Jack Alden now looking to blast himself right round the outside there, and he does just that. And it's Jack Alden now that has the lead with Peter Kilderman in second, Zach Cook there in third. Anders Rowe is at the back of the field as it stands at the moment. But Peter Kilderman's putting Jack Alden under a little bit of pressure going round turns 1 and 2. And if anything, Anders is tailed off at the rear of the field, and this is quite disappointing from Anders after virtually being a hero in the opener, although he's starting to put pressure on Zach Cook now at the back, but I just don't think there's enough power in Anders' engine to get himself through. But I could be proven wrong as we enter the final lap now. Jack Alder's a country straight ahead of Peter Kilderman there in second, and like I said before the race, you never know what you're going to get with these two Belle Vue boys, and well, you're going to get a 3-3 because Jack Alder's won that one at an absolute canter with Peter second and Zach third.
Yeah, good ride from Zach. Kilderman was there early on as well, but Zach, there's too many acts. Peter Kilderman got there early on. Jack just screwed it on round the outside. Bit of room left from Kilderman. Fair racing. And but yeah, Anders Rowe somewhat cut adrift there at the end.
He did a bit, didn't he?
We can't have sound on for this, but I can imagine the Belle Vue fans are booing like anything now because they hold grudges.
Yes, yes
Hit
they
number
do.
5 was a win for the rider in white. Jack Holder in a winning time of 59.937. Second in red, Peter Kilderman, and third in blue, Zach Cook. Points divided again 3 apiece, and it's 16 points to 14 after 5 heats.
But it is closer than you thought.
Yeah, I'd say so. Although I did expect it to be close. I think it would have been even closer if Jack had have just bided his time for that pass in the opening heat.
Yeah, 100%.
He looked rapid then once he got a clip. Once he got fresh air, he was gone.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh, good ride though. Very good ride.
Well, it was very good, and
more importantly, both of the holders have now got their Sheffield suit for this year because on the press day they both had the last season's on with race jackets, so t-shirts over the top.
yeah, it was the same with Dan at Belle Vue's press day as well.
They all use Laniac, don't they? So
yeah, and obviously Belle Vue using SF. Even Brady's got SF ones. And we're on track for 8-6.
They're getting through this at some pace. Only 40 seconds left on the clock. Gate 1 in white, Josh Pickering. Gate 2 in red is Brady Kurtz. Gate 3 in yellow, Jai Etheridge. Gate 4 in blue, Norwick Bladorn. Good to see no ill effects for Norwick after that opening heat stumble. Josh Pickering and Norwick Bladorn are on the favoured gates, but I do just get a feeling that Brady Kurtz might double the winning percentage of gate number 2. Reggie's a tad outclassed in this one.
Just a tad.
Although
He's just
decent.
a lad from Australia making a living in Berwick.
He looked decent enough in his first race.
The start marshal then walks away for heat number 6, and the tapes fly away we go, and it's a beautiful start there from Brady Kurtz on gate 2. As Dill said earlier, he would probably be expected to win this one. I don't know where the bloody old Josh Pickering's going. He's going a little bit backwards there, as Jai Etheridge is there in second and Picco's there in third.
Norwich scared.
Norwich the Dawn placked up at the back, so it's going to be another 3-all as it stands at the moment. But I think we all expected this kind of ride here, didn't we, from Brady? Brady Kurtz round here was what Charles Wright is at Redcar. He is basically God at this point, and he's pulling away massively from Jai Etheridge, who's there in second place with Pico struggling a little bit tonight. This isn't what I expected to see from Josh here, but when you get him beat by Jake Mulford at Redcar, it's not going to be there's no easy comeback from that, is there? As they go around turns 3 and 4 for the final time, and Brady Kurtz wins that one. An absolute canter.
Reggie had a bit of speed about him there, to be honest. He was tailing Pico off. And he's not at Bladorn, maybe just feeling the effects of that crash. He retired before the lap was even complete.
Yeah, I almost wouldn't be surprised if that was it now for Norwich.
I'd be inclined to agree. I'll be interested to see what happens in heat, whether he gets heat 8 to get the quote easier ride out the way for him, or whether Mark Lemon uses Tate in there. Heat number 6 was won by the rider in red, Brady Kurtz, in a winning time of 59.818. Second in yellow, Jai Etheridge, and third in white, Josh Pickering. Points again divided 3 apiece, and it's now 19 points to 17 after 6 races. It looks like it's going a bit strange there. It's closing in a touch. I don't know. It feels like it wants to piss it down with rain or something. It's definitely
It
windy.
is. It is Manchester. When doesn't it want to piss it down with rain?
Pico nibbled at the start then as well, and then he just got clamped to the white line by Brady, and that was essentially his race done.
Yeah, pretty much. And he's meant to be the best rider in the championship. Jake Mulford will have something to say about that. Jake Mulford might be watching this thinking, I should be in that Belle Vue team.
Yeah, I'm surprised actually that Jake Mulford, Leicester needing a new rising star, and I don't want to sound like a dick here, but Joe Thompson didn't pull up any trees, particularly later in the season last season. I think there are better rising stars without a spot.
I was going to say, I was speaking to one of my mates at Leicester only last night about the possibility of this, and he said if the option was there, he'd have gone for someone like a Nathan Ablett-esque rider that deserves a shot as a rising star in the Premiership, but for whatever reason hasn't had the opportunity to get one yet.
Mm-hmm. A Nathan Ablett, maybe an Ace Piper, Jake Mulford possibly. I think there are more deserving riders that they could have gone with, but with Dan there, it was probably always going to be, stick with sort of what you know, I suppose. There has been a stoppage here. Norwich Bladorn, I can't see in his pit bay.
No, maybe he's just popped to the medical facility.
To the medical room, yeah, because the riders have been stopped going on track as well. So unless Norwich had to go and be checked over by the medics, he's not in his pit bay.
No.
And with the riders as well being stopped going out on track, that would suggest that maybe the medics aren't there at the moment. Because Tate was just pushing out, and then they were sent back in, and the pit gate was closed. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's being checked over by the medics. That was a hard fall.
Oh, it was massively.
That's a really nice helmet that Tate's got.
It is.
And he's unbeaten so far, but this is going to be a tough one against Chris Holder and Leon Flint, I believe it is.
Yeah, who was absolutely fantastic in Heat 3.
Yes. And it's just been a little bit stop-start at the minute, isn't it, this?
It's weird. Obviously, we had the big delay after Heat 1 for obviously natural reasons. And then we've just kind of done 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 in a decent time.
Yeah, and now we're delayed again. Will Cairns and Tate having a chin wag.
Good to get to know your teammates.
Tell you what, the more I look at these Belle Vue suits, the more I like them.
I'm getting the same vibe, you know.
We do this a lot, don't we? We go into our ranking videos and get ready for them, and then just at the last minute we have another view of them and we're like, oh, they're actually nicer than we thought.
They're not that bad, yeah.
I might have to have another look at my Premiership one.
I can't remember where I've put what, to be honest.
There is a list of it somewhere. Let's have a look on updates, see if anything's put out. Norwich is back with the medics, as we suspected.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised. He'll pull out of this meeting now.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a surprise at all, really, would it?
You've put Belle Vue a lot lower than I have, actually.
I think, if I recall, I put Belle Vue quite low down the pecking order because it's Belle Vue. This was before I had to become a professional.
Yes. We'll look at yours again tomorrow, because you've only got 2 on there at the moment, and that's 5th and 6th.
Excellent.
I suspect we'll see Norwich pulled out of this meeting now. Update says Bladorn pulled up the end of lap 1 and looked in a fair bit of discomfort. He did.
Yeah, and if you're riding and you're in discomfort, being in a race with 3 other guys is not where you want to be.
Josh Pickering's also had a warning for moving at the start in Heat 6.
God's sake, Josh, just sit still, man.
Another one the refs got right, dare I say. Dorothy Perkins is having a decent night so far.
Yeah, I can't really fault that, to be honest.
The referee in the ref in the first watch along, me and Aldi, got a 10 out of 10 for the all the decisions being spot on. Could we be going back to back 10 out of 10s?
And so we didn't do one for Clint's testimonial, did we?
No. Oh, we're having a little look at Jack Alder's machinery. I tell you what, Mush, I'm bloody knackered today.
You're a bit tired and you haven't had to deal with ghosts saying hello.
No, I haven't. If you're watching, alright people watching, get in the comments, keep us company whilst we wait for Norwich to come back out of the medical room. Filler's quite difficult to come by, but knowing our luck, we'll go to a little break and then we'll crack on, so quite reluctant to do that if I'm honest, because we'll probably have one after Heat 7 anyway.
I wouldn't be surprised, if they're grading the track now.
Possibly, we can't say. We're looking at the pits at the moment.
We are. Anybody that's watching from Workington will know this man. Carl Stormure is a bit of a legend up that neck of the woods. He's currently the host. I don't quite know what he's talking about because we have to watch it on mute. And
he doesn't know what he's talking about.
If what I've been told on the Peter Craven meeting, it's probably for the better that we're watching on mute.
Yes, it bloody is.
I've still got to watch that meeting back.
Don't. Watch it on mute.
Okay. That's easy enough.
The presenters and commentary and stuff weren't great at all on that, to be honest. And I'm not the only one who thought it. A lot of people thought the same. You were there, but I watched it with a few of our pals and everybody said the same.
Mm.
It was a rough gig.
Well, we have got a quick moment. I'll do a little plug for our friends. So if you do like listening to your lesser known Speedway podcasts, go check out our friends at 15 Heats Later. They are a pool orientated podcast, but we really like their work and we support them as much as they support us. So if you are struggling for something to listen to, something to watch, go check out 15 Heats Later because they are fantastic at what they do.
Yes, they are, and they had a very good chat last week with Fraser Bowes, and it was a very good chat as well. I was listening to we were listening to it on here, weren't we? And then my Discord died, so I went and put it on the TV while I threw some darts, and it just kept me going for a bit while I was throwing some arrows.
Yeah, for sure. It was a pretty cool little episode. Could somebody tell that Knobhead to get out of the exclusion zone? That'd be appreciated, Belle Vue. Thanks. Sorry, I turned into Neil Thatcher then.
The riders are coming out for heat number 7 now. 2 minutes isn't on yet. Certainly not on the stream anyway. It seems like it's going to be foggy, or that rain that gets you piss wet through. That.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. This Belle Vue suit may be a top 2 contender for me now. I might even move them up, and I didn't go anywhere near as harsh as you did. Oh God. Heat number 7, 2 minutes is now on. Gate number 1 in red, Dan Bewley gate 2 in white, Chris Holder gate 3 in blue, Tate Zishki unbeaten so far by an opponent, and off the outside in Yellow Leon Flint. This combination for Sheffield got a 5-1 in their opening heat. And this combination for Belle Vue also got a 5-1 in, well, Dan Bewley's opening heat.
Yes, they did.
So it's a battle of the unbeaten combinations, and Tate Zishki won Heat 2 and Heat 4 as a reserve change. So but both of these pairings have got 5-1s together. So this will be interesting. Leon Flint, Dan Bewley and Chris Holder on the favoured gates. Tate Zishki's on a gate that's had absolutely sod all luck yet.
Knowing Tate, he'll go and make that 3 out of 3 for himself, and he'll make gate 3 points, maybe.
He's been trapping well, to be fair. I mean, maybe it's a bit harsh. I'd have probably put Cairnsey in here to give him his ride back, to be honest. I know he's got to go in 8, but I'd have probably put him in here as well.
Yeah, I could see your point of view there, to be fair, sir.
Leon's has to pull up. He's taking every second with 10 seconds left.
If you've got the time, you may as well use it as a start marshal. Then walks away for heat number 7. Takes flyer. Away we go. It's a beautiful start there for Dan Bewley off the inside gate there, and Tate's not really trapped, but he's got himself underneath Leon Flint there, so it's currently the Belle Vue Aces on a 4-2 heat advantage as it stands, although Tate's starting to put a little bit of pressure now on Chris Holder, who was absolutely fantastic a couple of weeks ago, but yeah, the two out front now when Dan and Chris have just extended their lead quite a bit now over Tate Zishki, who's in 3rd place, and this is even still, this is quite an impressive performance here for Tate Zishki and Leon Flint. Disappointingly at the back in this one, I think it's safe to say, and this one's a little bit strung out now as we are about to enter the final lap then of heat number 7. Dan Bewley doing what Dan Bewley does around this National Speedway Stadium, and he can be an absolute joy to watch at times, and yeah, he's just absolutely blitzing it out in front, checked out, away and gone. And there's a come round the final 2 bends. It's Dan Bewley taking another win.
That was as easy as you like for Bewley, weren't it? He made a brilliant gate. Tate missed the start, but it did a really smart cutback under Leon, and 7 points from 3 rides for Tate. This is what Belle Vue fans thought they were going to get last year. They didn't. He's starting this season very well.
Yeah, 100%.
And neither of us expected this after watching the Ben Fung, because he wasn't very good in that.
He didn't have the best of evenings, did he?
But then he did have that one race, his last race I think, in the Craven, where he was on the pace. He just got himself in the wrong positions, and that's probably done his confidence the ride of good as well. Heat number 7 was won by the rider in red, Dan Bewley, with a winning time of 60.275. Second in white, Chris Holder, and third in blue, Tate Zishki. Just edges the Belle Vue lead out to 4 points now, with 7 heats gone. It's 23 points to 19. And if you watch Monsters Inc., we all know that reference. The gate's open for the tractors. Flinty makes a good gate. I don't know what he's doing there though.
No.
It seems like the best place to be for passing, at least, is off the inside exiting 2, which is what Tate used there.
Yeah, 100%.
It's an intriguing match this, but Belle Vue just starting to stamp their authority a little bit now.
Yeah, 100%. And obviously, well, actually, I don't know, because the Premiership Knockout Cup's a different format this year, isn't it? It's like the little groups. It's almost like the BSN series, isn't it? This cup.
I don't actually know. Have they changed the format of it?
I'm sure it's 2 mini leagues. I'm sure it's these 2 and
yes.
And I was going to mention potentially tacticals, but I'm not sure if they're allowed in this or not.
No, I don't think they. I don't know. It's a good bloody question. While they're having a track grades, we have a quick breather to go and get a drink and stuff.
Yeah, let's have a breather. Man needs to go and get a quick beverage. And just like that, we're back. Hello, everybody.
As we suspected, Tate Zishki comes in red in this one to replace Norwich Bladorn. Norwich still not in his pick base, so I'd be inclined to say he's not. It's probably done.
Yeah, maybe he's just gone up to the beverage area for a hot dog, which, if you haven't been to Belle Vue, cost about £8.
Palmer, there's a name in the comments we ain't seen for a while. Winnie!
Winnie! What boy?
Evening all. Didn't realise we were on. How's things been?
Absolutely marvellous. Hope you're doing alright, the old fruit.
Yeah, it's been good. It's been a long winter though, hasn't it? I've just had a notification come through on Facebook. I've become an emerging supporter of Team Piper Racing. How can I be an emerging supporter of a page we manage? I'm going to go and accept that emerging supporter badge on the page that we post on. Brilliant. Good old Facebook.
I'll personally give you the badge. How does that sound?
Oh, brilliant. I'd suspect we won't see Norwich again tonight.
I'd be surprised if we do.
Hopefully he's fit enough to take his place in the return leg at Sheffield on Thursday.
I might go to that, you know.
Shame Sheffield ain't streaming. Shame most Premiership clubs ain't streaming.
Apparently, Ipswich are sourcing a company to do it this year.
That'd be cool if they could. I wouldn't be surprised with those who own the GPs in charge. They're going to want as much coverage as possible there, aren't they? From as far and wide as possible.
So all Ipswich meetings will be on Discovery Plus, no doubt, with the GPs.
Winnie has said, all good here, just finished my Cornetto. What boy you driving yet, Dan?
No, I've been trying to get a driving test for bloody ages. I managed to get one in July now, July the 16th. It was the earliest opportunity I could get one.
Your driving test is 10 days before I sod off to the beach for 2 weeks. If you pass, I'll have a beer on the beach just for you. And
what boy?
If you fail, I'll have a beer on the beach just for you.
Well, boy, if I pass the test, it's Great Yarmouth you go to, isn't it?
It is.
If I pass the test and there's a meeting on in Great Yarmouth, I'll take you to the Bangers, because they can be fun. No problem.
Great Yarmouth Speedway track's still there. I don't know whether they're going to get a team back down there.
Nobody's probably interested much.
Shame, innit? Although Ipswich and Kings Lynn are a million miles away. We've got riders coming out for heat 8. 2 minutes is on. Tate's got gate 3 again. How's your look, pal?
Yeah, what you said, yeah.
I'll tell you what, I might even have a Cornetto on Great Yarmouth Beach.
Just for Winnie?
Yes, we do like a Cornetto. Heat number 8 is now at Tapes. Gate number 1 in blue, William Cairns. Gate 2 in yellow is Luke Killeen. Gate 3 in red, the reserve replacement. Tate Zishki comes in for Norwich Bladorn. And off the outside in white, Anders Rowe, who was particularly tailed off last time out. And it's been a while since we've seen Cairnsy as well.
Been a while, hasn't it? We haven't seen Cairnsy since he pulled up in Heat 2. Which in theory is only 6 races ago, but with some delays that we've had, feels like about 6 years.
It's been about 50 minutes easily, hasn't it?
Oh yeah, easy. If not longer. But 30 seconds just about left on the clock for heat number 8. So come on, boys. Some of us have got bed to go to work for in the morning. Oh, pardon me.
Pardon you.
Sometimes things are just better out than in. The start marshal now walks away for heat number 8. The Tates rise. Away we go. It was held for a little bit there, but it's a good start there for Luke Colleen in the yellow helmet colour. And Anders Rose got there with him, and it's currently the Sheffield Tigers on a 5-1. And if this stays as it is, this will equal the the score on the night.
Cairns
William
gave
Cairns
up again.
up again. But so it's Tate versus the two Sheffield boys, and Tate is battling with the Sheffield boys. But these two Tigers, they know how they want to do it, and Rowe is looking out for Luke, and these two obviously the teammates down at Oxford this year, so we'll see both of these on Wednesday night. Tate now starting to put Luke Colleen under a bit of pressure. Now Tate goes high wide, and he's not very handsome, let's be honest, as Luke Colleen holds the inside line, and Tate now riding the outside. We've got 1 lap left to go. This race is far from over. Anders Rose there out in front. Now Tate going wide one last time. What can he do? He's made a little bit of a balls up there, and it's a 5-1, and we're all square.
Brilliant ride that from Luke Colleen, and that was an Oxford 5-1 this year as well.
Thanks for reminding me.
No problem. William Cairns' machinery reliability should already be a concern.
Yes.
That's not good. And before that, it was tailed off by some distance as well.
Do you reckon Cairns might already have a little bit of superstardom about him, and just from at the back I may as well give up?
Could be. Heat number 8 was won by the rider in white, Anders Rowe, with a winning time of 61.694. Second in yellow was Luke Colleen, and third in red, Tate Zishke. 1 point to Belle Vue, 5 to Sheffield. Scores are tied up just like that. 24 points apiece after 8 races. I've got ahead of myself. Both the Tigers made a beautiful start then, to be honest.
We did, absolutely. And these two team rode, they knew what they needed to do, and they did exactly what they needed to do. And this is also encouraging signs for any Oxford fans that we've got tuned in this evening. If Oxford have any fans, of course.
Oxford fans? I don't know what you mean. Well, we'll probably be attracting a couple of the Oxford fans on Wednesday. Any of them that have not gone down to the meeting against Coventry. Senna Summers on the spanners for Luke Colleen.
I'll tell you what, I'm not a massive fan of the guy himself, but Luke Colleen's bobble hats, they don't look too bad. They're not as good as our ones, of course they're not. Our ones are like quite sexy.
Really thick.
Really warm.
Really
just what
warm,
you'd need,
yeah.
and like, just what you'd need when you was like, I don't know, at a speedway track.
Yes. And Luke Colleen's adhering himself well to the Sheffield fans so far. We're on team number 9. Feels like we're just trying to get on with it a little bit now. Gate number 1 in blue, Zach Cook. Gate 2 in white, Josh Pickering. Been really disappointing so far, to be honest. Gate 3 in red, Peter Kilderman. Gate 4 in yellow, Joy Etheridge.
If Pico's going to win a race, it's going to be this one.
He's not really been at the races yet, has he?
If Pico isn't going to win a race, he's not going to win this one.
Captain
I'm just covering my bases.
Is that you?
Some may say Captain Obvious, some may say just a man covering his bases, just in case. So, as we are 3 seconds away then from heat number 9, Sam Marshall's walked away. And the tapes fly, away we go. It's a decent start there from Zach Cook on the inside there. Pickering there in second place, but Peter Kilderman looking to come underneath. And Pickering's very disappointing here at the back at the moment with Jai Etheridge there in second place. And Kilderman storming up the inside there of Jai Etheridge. A great ride there from Kilderman. And yeah, Josh Pickering very disappointed. Whoa, that was a hair and scaring moment there as Pico just about gets himself into third place now with Reggie relegated to the back, and it's currently the Belle Vue Aces on a 5-1, and they'll regain a 4-point lead as this stands as it is. And if anything, They're pulling away from Josh Pickering there, who's in third place, and Zach Cook looks mightily impressive, and so does Peter Kilderman here in heat number 9, folks, as we enter the... Well, we're halfway down the back straight now, the last lap. I don't know why I said we just entered it. But, yeah, a big 5-1 needed for the Aces, and he certainly got that, and, yeah. Josh Pickering's quite disappointing this evening.
A good move by Peter Kilderman there on his Berwick teammate Joy Etheridge. Nothing dirty or anything. He was hard racing, but you got to do that sometimes, ain't you? And he did it well. And just like that, Belle Vue pull the lead back out again. Every time Sheffield close in, Belle Vue just stretch their legs again.
What they do.
I've got to agree with you though. Josh Pickering has been really disappointing tonight. He's nowhere near at the races, is he?
I think Friday scoring half of his championship team's total was taking it out, wasn't he?
Heat number 9 was won by the rider in blue, Zach Cook, with a winning time of 61.817. Second in red, Peter Kilderman, and third in white, Josh Pickering. 5-1 to Belle Vue, and it's 29 points to 25 now. Let's see if that was a good gate actually from the Sheffield boys early on. Pico nearly screws Reginald up there. And
he does.
Here's the Reggie locks up. Kilderman was more than had more than enough right to go for that gap there after Reggie locked it up.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I said this to you when we were off air earlier. It's early in the season. This is probably the most disappointing meeting I've seen at Belle Vue for some time, action-wise.
It is a little bit, to be honest. Especially after sort of, from what I saw online, I can't remember much about the meeting because I was too busy trying to warm up.
Tate is in blue again. So Norwich has withdrawn.
But yeah, after saying the Craven was a really good meeting racing-wise, this has been a bit disappointing.
I've got to say, again, I said it earlier on, I'd have put Cairns in here. Got his ride out of the way.
I think Cairns will be in the next one.
For Tate?
Yeah.
In number 10, Gate 1 in blue, Tate Zishki comes in to replace Norwich Bladorn. Gate 2 in yellow, Leon Flint. Gate 3 in red, Brady Kurtz. Gate 4 in white, Chris Holder. Brady Kurtz unbeaten by an opponent so far. Has looked good as well, actually. Chris Holder dropping just the 1 point. Leon Flint, good paid win in his opening ride, but somewhat adrift in his most recent one. And Tate Zishki is currently on 8 points from 4 races.
That. All the stats from Dill provided here at D&D Media, no expenses spared at all.
What gate was Zach on in that last one?
He was on Gate 1.
Gate 1 is proving to be quite an advantage this evening.
That it is, sir. It is indeed. So we've got 30 seconds left on the clock. Who's texting me now?
Have you got pals?
Well, it's either pals or debt collectors or something. It'll be one of them.
Big Neil asking for his SCB licence back.
Or it might be something that we can't discuss on a public forum as the start marshal walks away for heat number 10. And the tapes fly up, away we go. There's a beautiful start there from Tate Zishki from the inside gate there in the blue helmet colour. And now the rider in yellow there, Leon Flint's got round to the outside and Chris Holder's looking to come underneath Tate here to join his Sheffield teammate on a 5-1. And Brady Kurtz surprisingly at the back here in this one, but I doubt this will last long. We know what Brady's like around the National Speedway Stadium. He just about gets underneath the inside area of Chris Holder, but this is a massive ride out in front for Leon Flint. And as expected, Brady has got underneath Chris, and now Chris is trying the outside run to see if he can make up any ground on the Belle Vue boys. But if anything, he's just going a little bit backwards now. But an absolutely stunning ride this out in front for Leon Flint as we enter the last lap. And yeah, a bit of a shocker in this one. I didn't have Flinty down to win this one. I think it's going to be one of them cases. If you could have given Brady another lap, he'd have got him. But beautiful ride there from Leon.
And again, Tate Zishki in the points, and that's proving absolutely vital at the moment.
Tate Zishki has scored in every one of his rides so far.
He has, yeah. What gate was Flinty on there? Was it 2 or 4? 2.
2.
Yes. Gate 3 still not won a bloody race. And that's good for my fantasy league team with Leon Flint being my captain again. Not good for yours, because Chris Alder's yours, isn't he?
Brady Kurtz is, mate.
Brady Kurtz is yours.
Your captains beat mine.
Yes. Heat number 10 was won by the rider in yellow, Leon Flint, with a winning time of 61.945. Second in red, Brady Kurtz. And third in blue, Tate Zishki. Points divided 3 apiece. 32 points to 28 after 10 heats. Chris Alder really did set an expectation in the Craven the other week, didn't he? And he's not living up to it yet.
Oh, it was... I want to say it was very similar last year, where Chris Alder come second in the Craven and then come Sheffield a week later, and he was a little bit rubbish.
Blinding gate from Tate and Leon there, to be fair.
Oh,
Tate went to that place we know, no man's land.
Everybody loves a Jet 2 holiday to no man's land.
Good ride
Get
from
yours
Tate
now
here as well to chop Noddy's nose off. Brave.
Brave, but fair play to Tate. To be fair, he's earning his pocket money.
And if you have joined us after we started, the Brady Kurtz isn't feeling particularly well. He's a bit under the weather, so he's riding, but he's unwell. So there's the excuse for the Belle Vue fans.
Yes.
But fair play for Roddy Cairns. He's not coming in this one. There he is with his gillet on.
Up the gillet.
I don't know why he wasn't in that one, to be honest. He's not pulled up any trees. Why save him for that? Why not just give him this one? Strange use of the reserves from Mark Lemon, got to admit.
Kenzie is scheduled for a race in 12.
I know, but surely
you'd
want to put Tate in the easier races. Because Cairns has been crap.
But Mark Lemon likes his Aussies.
So you'd want to put Tate in the easy races to give him more points.
Yeah, you would really, wouldn't you?
Mark Lemon's not a very good team manager. You're licensed, you can't say that, but I can.
Yes, I can neither agree or disagree with you. But
he's a shit team manager.
If you could see me now, I may be nodding my head.
Or you may not be, depending on which
I may not be.
Side of the coin it is. Strange use of the team. It's a really strange use. Cairns has not finished a race yet from 2 starts. He's done about 3 laps yet from 2 races.
I don't even think he's done 3 laps, has he?
I think he might have just done 1 lap of each heat. I don't know, but he's not done particularly well. Heat 11, Gate 1 in white, Jack Holder. Gate 2 in red, Dan Bewley. Gate 3 in yellow, Anders Rowe. Gate 4 in blue, Tate Zishki. Anders Rowe won his last one quite comfortably.
Yes, he did.
He's off the unfavoured gate though, and he's against Dan Bewley. But Leon Flint has beat Brady Kurtz, so anything can happen here tonight.
Yes, it could. Anything could happen. Anything probably will happen.
This is going to be doing Tate the world of good for his confidence as well, isn't it?
Yeah. And then he comes up against Dan Bewley and Jack Holder.
Yeah.
But Tate's been impressive tonight so far as the Star Mash walks away for Heat 11. Can Tate continue his improved form up as away we go. And he's gated in a scoring position at the moment. Oh, and he's gone down. He's gone down, but fair play to him. He's straight back up, and it's the Sheffield Tigers currently on a 5-1 advantage with Anders Anders holding the inside line, Jack holding the outside line, and they're almost team riding Dan out of this. But if anything, now Jack's checking out, and Dan's now starting to put Leon under some pressure. And now here comes Bewley around the outside here of Leon Flint. Flint holds the inside line. Anders Rowe, sorry, I get them two mixed up. I don't know why. But Jack's still got the lead then, and Dan's just about got past Anders now, and he's got his sights set on Jack Alder, but I think it's too little too late for Dan Bewley, and the Sheffield Tigers are going to close that gap just a little bit now as they come round the final turns, and it's the 4-2 to the Tigers.
Was Jack off gate 1 then? He was, weren't he?
He was.
For my money there, I'd be interested to see a replay, but for my money, Anders Rowe cleans out Tate Zischke. He definitely goes across the front of him. Is there contact? The result of Heat 11 was won by the rider in white. Jack Alder with a winning time of 61.321, second in red Dan Bewley, and third in yellow Anders Rowe. 2 points to Belle Vue, 4 to Sheffield, 34-32. I'm convinced that Tate was cleaned out then.
Hopefully we'll see a replay. Because it happened quite early on, didn't it, in the race?
Indeed, it was on the second turn. Here we go. This one will be the angle as well.
Here we go.
Can't really see it from there.
I see you.
This is the one we need.
This is the angle I think we need.
Nah, I don't think he does go straight across him. I don't think he touches him.
I think the gap was already there for Anders. Tate was just in the wrong place at the wrong time.
We've seen decisions where that's gone the other way.
We have. But only Mr. Dorothy Sefery Perkins knows what he's going to do.
Let's have a look what the comments are saying on the updates.
I was going to say there's no BSN updates this year, is there?
Is there not?
I don't think there is.
Oh, they've changed their website, haven't they?
Let me have a look.
Perhaps there's been an agreement made with... I think you're right. Yeah, I do think you're right. Yeah, it's just streaming. Perhaps they've made an agreement with Speedway Updates where they would focus on the streaming and Updates can have their updates back. Because it looked, for all intents and purposes, that that Speedway Updates were going to get put out of business almost.
Yeah.
Brilliant car. Lovely.
So, this is the SRBF car thing that Carl Stornewer is driving amongst 3 or 4 different countries in September to raise money for the Ben Fund. There is a name of the race thing that he's doing, but the car cost him less than 500 quid.
What boy? We're having this better not be an interval. Please don't be an interval. We've had enough bloody delays. Interval. Brilliant.
Yeah. Not bad for saying. I'm sure Bellevue's got a curfew of... is it 10 or half 10?
Speedway Updates texter, which is Youngie for this one, has said, Rowe forceful on the opening bends, shoves Tate towards Bewley. Zischke should have stayed down. I think if he stays down, there's a... it's 50-50, ain't it? But it would have given Bewley another shot.
Yeah, it's one of them decisions. You're damned if you do one thing and people think you got it wrong. You're damned if you do the other thing and then people think you got it wrong.
Yeah.
For me, Tate, I would have probably excluded Tate purely for being in the wrong place at the wrong time. The gap was there for Anders, and Tate just tried to come in on him. But that's just how I saw it.
Calais to Nice he's doing.
Why is he going to the biscuit factory?
See,
I like nice biscuits.
Here's a little disagreement we tend to have. I would have excluded Anders Rowe. Should Tate have stayed down? Because he doesn't go down unless Anders comes across him the way he does.
Yeah, I see your point of view. It was almost very similar to the who was it now? Connor Mount and Jason Edwards one.
Yes.
At Scunny last week.
The one where Jason Edwards got called a dirty rider by all the Scunny fans.
Yeah, Nes B, the Scuddy fan, defended the red car rider.
Because he's not a dirty rider, is he? It was just a move that you go for. But
it was just the gap was there. You go for it. It was just an unfortunate incident where Jason's foot peg got caught in Connor's front wheel.
Yes.
No, there's nothing. There's no malice in it. But
Oh, I've just put my alarm on. I'm not ready for that to ring in just under 10 hours.
hours. You lucky man.
I know. It's a 7 o'clock alarm, so yeah, 9 hours.
I wish
51 minutes.
Oh, I wish I could have a 7 o'clock alarm.
You'll probably be 300 foot up by then.
Oh no, 7 o'clock. I'll just be sat in the works van. Just waiting for 7:30 to arrive.
Waiting to see if the ghosts will speak to you again.
No, I'm not off back to that bloody church.
Are you up somewhere else tomorrow?
That church it's done now. It's up. But oh my god, it was weird. It was really weird.
It did sound it. I won't lie to you.
That the church. So the church itself. This is just a little for anybody that's still listening to us. This is just a little bit of backstory that's going into my work life at the moment. We've been working at a church for the past couple of days. Well, since Wednesday of last week. This church hasn't been used properly since 1912. And they've got a government grant to get it done because it's technically a listed building, even though all the dead bodies there have been, well, they're probably not even there anymore because they're over 200 years old. So it makes you wonder why are they ploughing money into a building that probably isn't going to get used again. But it keeps me in a job. Don't know for how much longer, depends how nice my boss wants to be.
Oh, imagine having an interval after all the delays we've had.
Belle Vue, innit? They need to capitalise on getting all the food and hot drink money in.
I'm looking forward to Wednesday.
Oh yeah, we're doing Oxford, aren't we?
Oh God. Long day. Are you ready for your bed?
I've still got to do a pack up for tomorrow.
Oh God. And yeah, we will be back next Monday. Weather dependent. Let's have a look at the weather a week out. Mind, but still, let's have a look. Right, next Monday for Leicestershire, raining all day. Brilliant. Why wouldn't it be?
Yeah, but it's still a week out, innit?
Yes. Yes, it is. What's Manchester saying for next week? Raining all day. Brilliant. Why wouldn't it be?
Now, I just want to say You said to me a couple of days before the Peter Craven, the forecast was for it to rain all day,
It did rain all day.
and they still got it on.
Yeah, but Belle Vue can take rain. But did it rain all day? Yes. So was the forecast right? Yes.
Yeah, yes.
What's he doing on the track? With how this meeting's running, this guy's going to get punctured, that car's going to get stuck there. We're going to have to play dodge the car.
Belle Vue introducing stock cars. Here we go.
The cheeky Bentu Barmy Army.
They were heroes at Scunny the other day.
Now, I don't want to get anyone into trouble here, but that seatbelt is clipped in. But Big Carl is not seatbelted in. He's sat over the top of that seatbelt to make it look like it's on.
We just have to help the old cops out watching Belle Vue TV this evening. You know, just down at the station. What shall we do tonight then, chaps? I don't know. Let's watch Belle Vue TV.
I mean, why wouldn't you? Belle Vue TV, isn't it? Oh, tapes are coming back. Maybe we'll get some racing shortly.
Well, maybe. We might be lucky.
Shall we take a quick breather for a moment?
Go on then. We're back. Heat 12 is at the tapes. Calstonio has done about 24 laps to the stock car.
Heat number 12, gate 1 in yellow, Joy Etheridge. Gate 2 in red, Peter Kilderman. Gate 3 in white, Christopher Holder. Gate 4 in blue, William Cairns.
Yeah, we've all had a lovely interval break.
I reckon they had a nice break of not listening to us for a couple of moments.
I hope they all had a cornetto like Winnie.
Yes, I'd kill for a cornetto about now, to be honest.
You know what I wouldn't mind right now?
What's that?
A white chocolate Magnum.
Oh, I was just thinking that bloody lovely things. They used to be nice. You know the little pots where you had to press the sides to crack the chocolate. The Magnum ones.
Oh
The
yeah.
white chocolate ones are them. They've got rid of them and they were bloody lovely.
Of course they've got rid. They always get rid of the best stuff.
Yet they keep bounties around.
Ugh, horrible things,
Yes,
disgusting
they
things.
are. Anyone who eats them should be locked up.
At my auntie. So, Star Rasher walks away with 4. Heat number 12 takes Riser away we go. And it's a very solid starter for the rider in yellow, Jai Etheridge, who gets that first, and Peter Coderman is there in second. Chris Holder in the third place position at the moment. Will Cairns again at the back, and I know this might only be his first competitive team meeting for Belle Vue, but surely
that was close.
surely there's concerns over Cairns at the moment, but it's currently a 4-2 to Sheffield, and this will level it up if it stands like it is. But Jai Etheridge, a very, very solid rider out in front, and Chris Alder and Peter Kilderman are going absolutely hammer and tongue at the moment, and yeah. It's currently a Berwick 5-1, this, by the way, if you're a Championship fan watching this. Kilderman, though, looking to come round the outside here, and Reggie is... Reggie holds the inside, Kilderman to the outside, Kilderman round the outside. Beautiful move that from Peter Kilderman. Absolutely stunning move, and yeah, this is still a Berwick 5-1, like.
It is, yeah.
Great ride, that.
Reggie was too conservative, weren't he?
Yes.
But a good ride. He's looking positive. He's looking decent this season, his old Joy. And Peter Kilderman silencing a few of the doubters as well. Ducking his first one, but he scored 7 paid 8 from his last 3.
He has. He's done well.
Just as I'd put the number 1 in for gate 1, it goes to gate 2 instead. I am disgusted. Heat number 12 was won by the rider in red, Peter Kilderman, with a winning time of 62.147, second in yellow, Jai Etheridge, and third in white, Chris Holder. Points divided 3 apiece, and it's 37-35. Belle Vue just maintain that 2-point advantage going into heat number 13. This is probably where I'd say Sheffield may end up moving that order around again. I think they might end up putting Noddy back at number 5 and put Pico back in the middle order.
I think it's something that needs to happen.
He's been out of his depth at number 5 tonight, isn't he, Josh?
Massively.
And so is William Cairns. He's so far off the pace, it's unbelievable.
But he finished 4 laps now, so things could only get better.
Out of how many races has he had? 3. He's done
3.
7 laps, maybe 6.
Yeah, I've just had a message from somebody we know well. The other Winnie, not the good Winnie, the other Winnie.
No, what does he want now?
100% white chocolate Magnum, get on.
Jog on, Winnie. Not Winnie the Cornetto man, Winnie the Winchester from Exeter. Heat number 13, gate 1, red, Brady Kurtz. Gate 2, white, Jack Holder. Gate 3, in blue, Dan Bewley. Gate 4, in yellow, Josh Pickering.
Yeah, YouTube comments, Winnie, you're a legend. Other Winnie, not so much.
No.
This could be an interesting race.
Yes, it could. Brady was beat last time out. Bewley was beat last time out as well. Jack won his last 2 races.
So was Josh.
And Josh has been beat every time he's been out.
Yeah, Josh has been... he's been a little bit disappointing this evening.
I know it's the first meeting of the season and stuff, but the real test for Josh will come Thursday on a track he knows very well.
Yeah, Josh will be alright on Thursday.
It's a shame that's not being streamed. I think we're in an age now where streaming should be compulsory.
So, The Star Marshal walks away for
Something's
heat
happened to
30.
Jack's bike.
Oh,
Something happened to his bike. A big puff of smoke came out the back of it.
almost reminds me a bit of Jake Allen from the other night in Heat, I want to say Heat 4.
Yes. Yeah, something.
His engine just seized up.
Yeah, so his engine went there, and he knew it as well. So he touched tapes to either get 15 metres or get a reserve in, but he knew straight away as soon as he revved it, there's the smoke, and he knows, and that's it.
Yeah.
He's going to the tapes.
Got to do what you've got to do.
Yeah, you have. Yeah, it seems to be a thing this year. Maybe they've added it in where if you have a mechanical, you roll to the tapes to let people know. Or unless it's an unwritten riders rule, 'cause it's happened a few times already this year.
It has, hasn't it? I think it happened at one of the Red Car meetings.
It maybe, yeah, it definitely happened at Scunny when Jake had an issue with his bike.
Yeah, definitely.
I think that's an engine gone with that puff of smoke. You knew straight away it looks down if you could see it.
Yeah.
And yeah, he knew what he needed to do there. Brady saw it as well. Brady must have heard that.
Because they kind of
Brady's
had a little
looking, yeah, Brady's not looking towards the tapes there. Brady's looking at Jack's bike. So he must have heard it. Wow.
So interesting to see what way Simon Stead's going to go. But after all the delays we've had, we could really do without this, boys.
And Reggie's
coming in.
And to be fair, Reggie's been relatively gating quickly. It's definitely advantage Belle Vue now, and I'd suspect Belle Vue are about to go 6 points up.
Yes. Unless there's any of them slips, trips, falls, or mechanical failure things.
Yes, those.
But we'll soon see as the 2 minutes are on.
I'm ready for bed, man.
So am I, sir.
And again, we'll be back about 6:30 tomorrow for our Kevlar ranking video. It'll take about half hour, 40 minutes maybe. We'll just give our opinions on them. And then just remember, if it's your club, it's nothing personal. Opinions are like arseholes.
Everybody's got them, and if it's like mine, it's full of shit.
The lineup again now of Heat 13 with the exclusion of Jack Holder. Gate 1 in red, Brady Kurtz. Gate 2 in white is now Joy Etheridge. Gate 3 in blue is Dan Bewley, and off the outside in yellow is Josh Pickering. He is absolutely favourite to Belle Vue now, but again, Gate 3 still hasn't won a race after 12 started heats. That could change here.
There's every chance.
And to be fair, Reggie's been going quite well. What's he on? 6 points.
Yeah, but with the greatest of respects to old Reggie, he's a little bit outclassed in this one.
I mean, Leon Flint has beat Dan Bewley.
There is that. So he might not be quite as outclassed as I'm making him out to be. I don't know. We'll find out in like 20 seconds.
After this heat, we'll have seen enough to nominate a rider of the night each, and then people in the comments will have heats 14 and 15 to vote, and then we'll reveal it after.
So Star Marshal walks away then for heat number 13. The tapes fly, away we go. And it's a beautiful start there for Brady Kurtz off the inside gate, I want to say. And now Jay Etheridge and Josh Pickering have just got around the outside there of Dan Bewley. And it's Pico there in second place, Reggie there in third. And Bewley uncharacteristically going up the inside here. And it's not quite worked out for the young lad. But Brady Kurtz has checked out away and gone already. He's basically, that barred, he's basically at the Travelodge I was staying at, about a mile away from the track. And now here comes Bewley just round the outside of Reggie, as somebody I know likes to say, like a knife going through hot butter.
I wonder who says that.
And to be fair, Bewley's got time. Bewley's got Pickering in his sights. He's probably not going to catch Brady at this point, but he's got Josh in his sights as we go down the back straight the final time. Brady Kurtz is winning this one at an absolute canter, and it's going to be a 4-2.
Yes. Reggie was not outclassed there.
No, he wasn't.
Good ride from Brady, did what you'd expect, but Bewley made a really, really bad gate, and that gave the Sheffield boys all the impetus they needed. Good ride from Bewley to get Reggie, but a better ride there from Pico, although I get the feeling one more lap. Right, who are you nominating for your rider of the night? I've put Tate Zishki in.
Oh, bloody hell, I was going to go for him.
Yeah, have a quick
right,
think
okay.
while I do the 13 result. E13 was won by the rider in red. Brady Kurtz with a winning time of 60.59. Second in yellow, Josh Pickering. And third in blue, Dan Bewley. 4 points to Belle Vue, 2 to Sheffield, 41-37 with 2 to go.
Right, well, if you've gone for the home number 6, I'll go for the away number 6.
You putting Reggie
I
in?
think Jai's more than done his job tonight.
So
He's had a couple of ducks, but he's done his job.
He has, yeah. I could have made an argument of Peter Kildemand as well, but yeah, I think
Forgot about him.
Brilliant. And to be fair, Sheffield have kept it relatively close, and that is largely in part to Reggie. So if you are in the comments, just give us a comment, Zishke or Etheridge for your rider of the night, and if we get a definitive winner by the comments, we'll go with that. If not, Palmer, you will get to pick a rider of the meeting. In number 14 is at Tapes. Leon Flint gate 1 white, Tate Zishke gate 2 in blue, Luke Killeen gate 3 yellow, and Zach Cook gate 4 red.
That it is.
Zach's been a bit disappointing tonight. It's got to be said.
He's not been brilliant tonight, has he? But he was good in his last one.
Before that, he wasn't, no.
But he was only against Pico in his last one.
Leon Flint, I could have made an argument for, but he was way off in the heat. He was last in. This one may give us a different view, but I do think the reserves have stole this meeting. Zishki's been brilliant, Etheridge has been decent, and to be fair, Killeen's been decent as well.
He has, to be honest.
Paid what?
All
5?
All of the reserves, barring Kenzie, have more than done the jobs tonight.
Yes, with 18 seconds left on the clock, nobody's at Tapes yet.
Come on, boys. I know you wanted a night out riding your bikes, but I thought you might have wanted to have gone home by now. It's a bit cold.
Leon looked up at the clock and then realised he had to get into line. One, is it? They are all there, is it? It's 0.
So the tapes fly up, away we go. Then it's a good start for Leon off the inside there, and forcing Tate out a little bit wide there. And now here comes Zach Cook round the outside here. Leon says, "You're not coming round me, pal." So Zach there says, "Well, I'm going to have another go." And Leon says, "You're not getting around me either again, pal." So Zach says, "Right, watch me, I'm going to come under you now." And Leon says, "Nah, no, you're not this time around." As
Story time, Daniel Palmer.
Get on, as somebody we know would say. Flinty goes wide again, coming off the home straight, and Zach's there or thereabouts, but he's just lacking a little bit of power that he needs to get fully underneath Leon here, and this is a very good, impressive ride here from Leon. What the bloody hell's Luke Killeen doing there, pal? Tate again in another point scoring position, having a very, very good. And I think this will take his total up to about 10. But a big battle now as they come down the corner, Leon. And it's Flinty that just gets that win there.
Yeah, Leon just held on. Good ride from Leon, that. And Gate 1 does it again, and that's 2023 Wolverhampton Wolves 5-1. I'll take that one.
So it is.
Flinty's broke down at the worst part of the track. There's smoke coming out of that. That's not a good one. Goes round on
No,
a
it
lap of
is
honour,
not.
breaks down at the furthest part away from the pits.
The Bento Barmiami look a little bit quiet there.
He's got it going again. If you're in the comments, we've got 8 people watching. Just give us a comment. Etheridge or Zishki for Rider of the Night. Heat number 14 was won by the rider in white, Leon Flint, with a winning time of 62.15. Second in red, Zach Cook, and third in blue, Tate Zishki. Points divided, and Belle Vue hold a 4-point advantage, going into Heat 15 at 44 points to 40. 5-1 to Belle Vue in Heat 15 would make my prediction right. Your prediction of a Sheffield win, not so much.
5-0 to Sheffield. I'm still holding out hope. We're not going to get the 48-42, but we could hold out hope.
It's been a good night for Leon as well. I'm glad I made him my fantasy league team skipper thing.
Oh, 100%. You know, we was saying this just before the race. It'd been a little bit disappointing and wasn't up for Rider of the Night, and then he goes and does that.
It was, yeah. 8+1 from 4 starts for Leon. Who goes in 15 then? I'd expect it to be Brady and... It's going to be Bewley, and it's going to be Brady and Bewley. I'd personally, I don't know, maybe give it to Peter Kilderman.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised at all if Leon was in 15.
Jack, I think, will be there. I'd say probably will be
Yeah.
Jack and Leon. Chris hasn't looked particularly at the races, has he?
Absolutely not. He started off well, but then he's just kind of tailed off a bit, hasn't he?
Tate looks bloody knackered, and he's every right to be. He's done 7 races.
10 played 12 as well. That's not a bad first meeting.
Definitely not.
Regina started following you on TikTok. Thanks, love.
Becoming Facebook and YouTube and TikTok and all that famous.
Well, I mean, look, if anybody does get that bored that they have to resort to to TikTok, please go and find my profile on there, because I've got a little series on there called Date Site Disasters with Dan, because I'm looking to get back out on the dating scene, and at the minute all I'm getting are absolute disasters. So go check that out if you get that bored.
Nobody's voted in the comments for our Rider of the Night, so I'll let you pick this one for this evening, Mush.
I think there's only one candidate really. I think that's Tate.
I think you're right. I think you're absolutely spot on. He's been sublime tonight. Jack Holder, I think, is going in. It's either Jack or Chris's bike that's being sorted out. Well, Chris has got a coat on, so it's not him. And Jack's not in any particular rush either.
Yeah, no, it looks walking back a little bit second hand.
Yeah, he looks battered and bruised, doesn't he?
Do you want to do the referee ranking now while we're awaiting Heat 15?
Can do, Mush. I think he's got everything spot on tonight, to be honest.
Yeah, I can't disagree with that. I'd give him a solid 9, because I don't like to give perfect 10s if I don't have to.
I'd give him a 10 because he's been faultless, so should we split the difference and say 9.5?
That sounds right. That sounds good.
It does feel bad giving the ref a 10 out of 10, but he's done nothing wrong. I can't justify knocking it down.
Yeah.
So a 9.5 I think is fair. Split the difference of yours. Do you want to give our friends over at 15 Eats Later another quick plug as well, whilst we've got a quick moment?
So while we've got another quick minute, then, if you do like listening to your lesser known Speedway podcast, they are pool orientated, but the guys that are working behind it are absolutely fantastic people in Beth and Lee. So go give 15 Eats Later. They're on YouTube, I think they're on Facebook, and I want to say Spotify, but don't quote me on that. But yeah, go give them a listen. They had a great chat with Fraser Bowles last week, and yeah, they've got some great things coming up as well. So go give them a listen.
Yes. The updates hasn't got the 15 lineup on it yet. Oh God, why do we need to have a chat with these? Just get on with it. We've been going for over 2 hours.
Marvellous.
And again, we're back on Wednesday with Oxford versus the Coventry Bees Select.
Yes. The Coventry Championship Select with 2 Coventry riders, or 2 riders with Coventry connections in.
Winchester's just messaged, I need Belle Vue to get 5-1 here and I'll get the correct team and the exact result. So do fucking I, mush.
Yeah, what you said, yeah. Steady doesn't look very happy. Normal service has resumed.
Never looks very happy, does he, Big Simon?
No.
I think everybody barring you went for... Paul Wheeler actually as well went for Sheffield to win. So did Adam. Luke, Winchester, me and Al all went for Belle Vue to win. So we'll all be stupid now and it'll be a draw.
Oh, you know it's going to happen now you've said it.
Jinxed it. We'll be off pretty much straight after this. So it's a good chance to thank everyone who's tuned in and listened to us. It's nice to be back doing this.
I found the answer to the question that I asked earlier.
What's that?
There's no tactical substitutes allowed in the cup. So it's Kurt Bewley versus Holder and Pico.
Pico?
Pico? It's Chris Holder as well.
Oh, Pico! My God. Simon Stead doesn't know what he's doing, does he? I know you can't answer that, but again, I can. Pico, he's had one good heat and that was 13 and he was nearly past 10.
By a reserve.
By a reserve? That's a strange one. That's a very strange one. Chris Holder, I think, is a strange one as well. He's only on 6-1.
Oh, what the bloody hell's happened here? I've been logged out. Whoever's logging in my account, F off.
You need to change your passwords on everything.
I have done. That's the worst bit. Stoney, shut up.
We're coming up to tapes for free number 15. There's still been no winner off gate 3, and if there is going to be, Josh Pickering's going to have to pull out a bloody masterclass.
Yes, he is. Did I say Kurt's in red, yeah?
Pass, I think so. I don't know. Yes, Kurt's red, Bewley blue, Jack Holder, no, that's definitely Chris Holder. Number 3 on the bike, and on the suit updates is wrong. And Josh Pickering in yellow.
Bewley's off for...
So this says Jack as well. So is it Jack on Chris's bike?
I don't know. I think it might. I think that is that number 1 on his back.
I don't know. That was definitely Chris Holder's bike. He had the number 3 on the side of it, but
that's Chris's bike, definitely.
This says Jack Holder, and so does updates. So maybe it is Jack on Chris's bike. A Holder goes off gate 1 in white. Brady Kurtz gate 2 in red. Josh Pickering gate 3 in yellow, and Dan Bewley gate 4 in blue. Last action of the night.
Yes, it is.
With 10 seconds left on the clock. It definitely looks like Jack's posture.
For the final time tonight, the tapes rise for heat number 15. Away we go. It's a beautiful start there for Brady Kurtz off gate number 2, and Dan Bewley blasted himself right round the outside like only Dan Bewley can. Absolutely fantastic move. I think it's virtually game over.
Pico's done Kurtz.
Pico's just gone round the outside of Brady Kurtz. What a boy! As it's now a 4-2 to the Tigers, which almost would get my prediction right, just the wrong way round. Knobheads. As we're about to go into lap number 3, and Brady Kurtz is starting to put a bit more pressure on Josh Pickering, although nobody's catching Bewley out in front. Jack Holder's at the back. It's a little bit strung out, but it's looking like it's going to be a 4-2 to the Belle Vue Aces, and they're going to win by 6 on the night if things stay like this as we enter the final lap now. Dan Bewley's looking absolutely stylish out there in the front. Pico's there in second. It's going to be a 4-2.
I'm glad that I didn't get the right result, because if I didn't get the right result, neither did bloody Winchester. Pico looked better then. Brady Kurtz looked like the fatigue of his illness maybe, because he was tailed off come the end of that, and he's lucky that Jack Holder was further back as well. Yeah, but good ride from Bewley, and E15 was won by the rider in blue, Dan Bewley. We don't know the time, they've not put it on yet.
61.02.
61.02, second in yellow Josh Pickering, and third in red Brady Kurtz. Is a 4-2 to Belle Vue, and final score 48 to Belle Vue, 42 to Sheffield.
So I'll just take you through the final scores real quick. For Belle Vue, where Brady Kurtz scored 12, Norwick Ladon 1, Peter Kilderman 7-1, Zach Cook 7-1, Dan Bewley 11-1, Tate Jiski 10-2, William Cairns failed to score. For the Sheffield Tigers, Jack Holder scored 6, Anders Rowe scored 6, Chris Holder scored 6-1, Leon Flint scored 8-1, Josh Pickering 7 and a bonus, Jay Etheridge 6, Luke Killeen 3-2. We've both got stuff to do before we go to bed, so we'll bid you a good night now. Thank you very, very much for tuning in to us tonight. We're sorry it's taken so long. That's all down on Belle Vue's fault. We'll be back for a Kevlar ranking video tomorrow, and if you can't join us tomorrow, join us on Wednesday for another watch along to Oxford. Have a good night, darlings.